Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel once again. Today we shall be looking at a short story called Ripples. We'll be looking at the summary as well as the full analysis. Summary. About the main character Abiba. The main character Abiba was the daughter of a young girl called Amina. Amina passed away after giving birth to Abiba. The diary. Before Amina's death, she gave a diary to Abiba's caretaker called Mama Adamu. The diary was to be given to Abiba once she turned 14. Let's look at this character, Sayibu Mba. Sayibu Mba was well known for his money throughout the village of Saga. He liked to show off his wealth and also known for getting married to young beautiful girls. Sayibu was married to 4 wives, the first one being Mama Adamu, a second wife whose name was not mentioned, the third wife being Safia, and then the 4th wife being Amina, who is also Abiba's mother. Note that Sayibu was therefore the father of Abiba. Even though people thought Amina was happy to marry a man like Sayibu, she was an unhappy bride. Now let's take a look at the mystery of Amina's death. Sayibu's third wife, Safia, was initially blamed for the death of Amina because of the constant fights between those two. That is Safia and Amina. Because of this, the family members failed to know the true cause of Amina's death. According to the post-mortem results, Amina died because of the immaturity of her reproductive organs. The family rather blamed her death on destiny. They said that it was Amina's destiny to die young after consulting their gods. The love between Mama Adamu and Abiba. Mama Adamu loved Abiba and treated Abiba like her own daughter. Abiba in turn loved Mama Adamu and wished she was her biological mother. Destiny finally caught up with Abiba. Just as the diary had predicted, Abiba at the age of 14 was to be given away for marriage. Abiba was depressed because she had no idea about the identity and character of her husband-to-be. Rumors were that he was stingy and a loafer. Ambrose Yakubu's promise to Abiba. Mr. Ambrose Yakubu, who was the headmaster of the school Abiba attended, hated the idea of teenage marriages. Her daughter, Jamila, was also a good friend of Abiba. When they found out about Abiba's situation, they promised to save her with the help of the police and officers from the social welfare department. The final day had come. Abiba had accepted her fate when the marriage rites were performed. She was to be taken to her husband's house finally. Suddenly, there was a hot argument outside in the yard. When she saw Jamila, Ambrose Yakubu, and a number of people having a serious conversation outside, she had the courage to run for her life. There comes the end of the summary. So, what is the story about? In this short story, a 14-year-old girl called Abiba tries to escape the miserable fate of childhood marriages, which her mother and grandmother went through. Theme number 1. the negative effects of teenage marriages and its impact on young girls. Amina was forced into an unwanted marriage, which took her life in the end. Theme number 2: the need to fight against the wrongs of society. Mr. Ambrose Yakubu and her daughter Jamila set a good example by fighting for the helpless Abiba. Theme number 3: sometimes the rich and powerful get away with doing the wrong thing. Because of money and influence, Sayibu was allowed to marry young girls fit to be his daughters without any resistance. Now let us look at some questions and answers on ripples. Question number 1: who was Mama Adamu to Sayibu and why is she important in the story? Mama Adamu was Sayibu's first wife. She served as the caretaker of Abiba. Question number 2: what gift did Mama Adamu give to Abiba when she reached the age of 14, and how helpful was that gift? She was given her mother's diary. The diary was not helpful because the words in the diary made her depressed. Question 3: explain the circumstances that led to Amina becoming so unhappy in her marriage life. She had to contend with 3 rivals. Also, Safia, who was the third wife, constantly quarreled with her. Question number 4: what is the true reason why Amina died during childbirth? Why did they blame Safia for Amina's death? The true reason for Amina's death was immaturity of her reproductive organs. And Safia was blamed for Amina's death because she constantly quarreled with Amina while she was alive. Question number 5: what literary device is in the following sentence? I just wish that everyone would stop staring at me as though I've got 2 heads. And the answer is simile. Question 6: Sayibu was well known throughout Saga and beyond. What made him well known? He was wealthy and also known for marrying girls young enough to be his children. Question 7: what was the rumor going round about Abiba's future husband? He was irresponsible, a loafer, and a stingy man. Question 8: what is the meaning of the statement, his back is worse than his bite? And the answer is, it means his words are more dangerous than his attitude. Question number 9: who were Mr. Ambrose Yakubu and Jamila? What were their roles in the story? Mr. Ambrose Yakubu was the head teacher of the school Abiba attended, and Jamila was his daughter. She was also a friend of Abiba. Their role was to rescue Abiba from an unwanted marriage. Question 10: why did the writer title the story Ripples? A ripple means the occurrence of similar events. Relating this to the story, Abiba was about to inherit a gloomy future which her grandmother and mother could not escape. What is the theme of the story? The concept of forced marriages and its devastating consequences on teenagers. There comes the end of our questions and answers. Let us move on to some literary devices in ripples. The first literary device is repetition. Number 1. Pity, pity for the young exuberant girl. Let's move on to rhetorical question. 1. Could she even call the fourth marriage of the wealthy Sayibu news? 2. Will this work? She asked. Next literary device, we have simile. 1. I just wish that everybody would stop staring at me as though I have suddenly grown 2 heads. 2. She loved Amina like the sister she never had. 3. A husband as intolerable as Sayibu. 4. Accept her destiny like a stoic. And then 5. His back was worse than his bite. Let us move on to the next literary device, hyperbole. 1. It was almost dramatic to watch the young happy brides deteriorate with the speed of light. The next literary device is alliteration. 1. Sayibu never did things half-heartedly. 2. Now, Abiba brought back fond memories. Then 3, we have Abi to go to her husband's house. Oxymoron. We have masculine beauty. Onomatopoeia. She dashed out. There comes the end of some of the literary devices in the story. Now let's look at some of the characters in ripples. The first character is Abiba. Abiba is Amina's daughter. We have Amina, fourth wife of Sayibu. Mama Adamu, first wife of Sayibu. Safia, third wife of Sayibu. Sayibu's uncle, who is the oldest member in Sayibu's family. We have Yaro, who is Amina's father. Yareba, Amina's mother. Ambrose Yakubu, head teacher of Abi's primary school. Jamila, Abiba's friend and daughter of Ambrose Yakubu. The setting of the story is saga, and then the point of view of this story is the third person narrative. Thank you for staying to the end of the video. If you liked the video, make sure that you comment down below. But until we meet again, goodbye and have a good one.